Hey, 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 friends. It's your girl, Amy P., your favorite sassy dietitian business coach. And today we are going to talk shop about the one phrase dietitians need to stop saying right now. Okay. What do you guys think this phrase is? Okay. You have probably been on the receiving end, or there's a good chance that you have asked this very phrase. And so we've all gotten a DM, an email, or even worse, this question from a colleague that we really, really love. And today I want to kind of talk a little bit about that. So that phrase, my friends, is can I pick your brain? Okay. And there are a few phrases in the English language that drive me as bananas as that phrase. I'm going to talk to you guys about why, okay? And I understand at the root, we as dietitians are helpers, right? I just want to premise this by my team and I spend hundreds of hours each month producing free content, free YouTube videos, free Instagram content, free blogs, free resources. So it is not that we do not want to create information for you guys as the same as for other colleagues. It's just that phrase is just so hits me at the core of what is wrong about dietetics. So we all want to support each other, but there's a very big but. Asking to pick somebody's brain without compensation is harmless, is totally 100% not harmless. Okay, so it's killing our profession. And today I'm going to give you guys my three reasons why this phrase needs to be banished forever from your language. And I'm going to give you some words to use instead, just in case you were wondering. Okay, so let's get to it. Like I said, this is a very spicy topic. This is something that is super top of mind. And so, reason number one why I think we need to stop saying as dietitians to one another, can I pick your brain, is this: it devalues our expertise first and foremost. Okay. When a dietitian says to me, or another dietitian, because I think you guys know better than to ask me that question, can I pick your brain? What they are really saying is, can I get free coaching, free advice, free mentorship without paying you, right? It is very rare that I have had those words asked to me or see them asked where there is any type of financial exchange or assumption put out there. And honestly, our brains, or my brain, is my business. I have spent years, decades building my practice, making the mistakes in my practice, making the very expensive mistakes in my practice, and putting in the reps. I have seen thousands of patients, billed for thousands of claims, credentialed hundreds of dietitians, right? And so that is essentially my business. And so when somebody infringes upon that expertise, and I don't even want to say unknowingly, because dietitians are pretty smart characters, right? So I'm going to use an example, okay? I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin. There's so many examples, but a lot of times what people will do is they will send me a DM on Facebook where I'm not actually often on. So in Facebook, a lot of times I am just on Facebook quick to interact with my coaching clients in the communities that I support. So if you send me a DM, there's a good chance that I probably didn't see it. But I'm going to use an example of like why this is so bananas to me and pushes so many boundaries on so many levels. Okay. Okay, so I get this voice message yesterday. So a voice memo. I am not a fan of voice memos. I know some business coaches are like voice memo the shit out of people. I am a reader. I am a texter. I do not call people. I like to read messages, so on and so forth. So if you send me a voice message first and foremost, I'm already pretty annoyed because it's not my preferred love language. Okay. But that aside, somebody will send me a DM like, hey, this is somebody who's not my coaching client, who's not paying me any money, who's probably never paid me any money. I wanted to reach out to you first and ask you your thoughts, your opinions, your response to this question, right? So trying to make me feel special for answering a question that I would probably answer for my coaching clients, but trying to like butter me up, right? And so they do the voice memo. Okay. When we talk about reason number two, we'll talk about kind of why that is even worse than it really is. But so they ask that question. Then they go and they proceed to tag me in a public Facebook page when they ask the question. So they noticed I didn't answer that. They didn't like that. So then they went to the public Facebook page that I don't really participate in anymore, tag me in the question. Then this particular person has the balls, the cojones, when I do not beckon and answer the question, because I am very intentional with how I interact with people, then they bump the actual post and then post my name again. Remember, this is not my Facebook page. This is not one of my coaching clients. To me, this is just utter disrespect of my expertise, right? You wouldn't ask your dentist to pick their brain over a root canal or coffee. You would not ask your lawyer to pick their brain on your case over brunch. So why do we as dietitians do this to each other? And we do this every fucking day, right? And I even see it sometimes in my coaching groups. And I like stop it as soon as the conversation starts and I correct the course, which we're going to talk about, right? So every time we normalize free brain picking, free DMing, we reinforce the sheer idea that our expertise is not worth paying for. And check this fucking shit out. If we do not value it, why should anyone else? Right? And I'm not just saying this as a business coach. We are like notorious, our field. We are the first ones to call bullshit when a patient oversteps a boundary, when a patient is trying to ask questions not during session, when we cannot actually pay for that. So like if we were not so front and center with calling other people on picking our brains, it's just so fucking fascinating that we do the same thing. And so reason number two, and this is what I was talking about with that particular dietitian who was infiltrating like all of my social media to ask a question which was not urgent or important. Okay. Reason number two is it perpetuates burnout and resentment. Okay. Picture this. You finally finished credentialing, you figured out billing, and suddenly, right? I see this all the time with my coaching clients. Hey, girl, can I pick your brain about insurance? It's like kind of like fuck off, right? And first, like, you're nice about it, right? Because this is what I try to do. Like, if you DM me or email me, I try to be as kind and thoughtful and as intentional as I can. But when you fucking continue to email me, DM me, tag me, same thing with other dietitians. This post is not about me, but a lot of times it is. 10 emails later, you are giving away free coaching while you're paying clients actually are waiting, right? And then what, right? So I was thinking about this particular dietitian when she was doing all these voice memos to me for this unurgent, not important question that she had. And I was thinking about it was like really, like I had so much resentment towards somebody who would actually behave that way that it was draining me emotionally because I knew the answer and I knew no other dietitian was going to be able to answer it because I've experienced all of the things in terms of private practice, but it took me mentally away from where I needed to be present, which was my coaching clients, right? And like that, I know that was not the person's intention. But like now I really resent this person because I feel like they know better, right? And so now I am resentful. And now in the future, I am definitely less likely to answer questions from this particular dietitian. Once again, I want to be very clear. This dietitian has never paid me a dime for my expertise. And I'm pretty sure I helped her build a six-figure practice. So this is how burnout brews in our profession because burnout isn't about doing shit burnout happens when we feel entitled to do shit we don't want to do, right? So dietitians, as we know, are already underpaid and overworked, right? We do not need in any shape or form to add free consulting on top of that. Okay. And lastly, I know I am so crazy on this topic. It's not even about me. It's when I see you guys go after other dietitians, I see you guys go into the public Facebook pages, crowdsourcing, DM me like your thoughts, your feelings, and like your Cliff Notes version of what I should do in this particular situation. Like why I do not love this, because reason number three, it keeps our profession financially stuck. Okay. When we normalize free brain picking, it does not matter if it is of business coaches, it does not matter if it is of other dietitians, we block the money flow. Instead of circulating, right, dollars within to our profession, paying each other for our expertise, for our consulting, our mentoring, our masterminds, we just drain the fucking shit out of it. Okay, so imagine if every dietitian who wanted to pick a brain, think about this, actually hired another dietitian for coaching. We'd all rise the fuck up financially, right? We'd all have basically thriving practices, and we'd finally stop playing small. But free brain picking is not generosity. It is a professional bottleneck, and we need to stop. And we need to stop right now. So what do we do instead, right? That's what you're saying. Okay, so here's the deal. We have all been guilty of saying this. Can I pick your brain? And if you have been one of these individuals as of lately, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I still love you dearly and I want you to be successful. And I am not gatekeeping information. But the reality is that many of us have paying clients who pay money for our services. Therefore, it is not fair to them for business coaches like myself or you to be giving free information. But I do still love you and I still do want you to thrive and I still do want to help you. It's just this is not the way that we do it. So we have to stop, okay? So let me give you guys some other phrases that I think are helpful instead and lead from a place of intention and actually support our friends, our colleagues, and more importantly, our profession, right? Instead of saying, can I pick your brain? Say, do you offer consulting? Or I'd love to learn from you. How can I pay you for your time, right? Those phrases are professional. Those phrases are respectful and they are sustainable in terms of us doing the shit that we're good at. Okay. So if you're on the receiving end, because as much as I just made this whole diet tribe all about me, it's not. It's actually it's been a hot second aside from those scenarios where people have really kind of crossed the line in terms of that. I just see it happen in our community. I see it happen in the spaces where I am habitating, and it just makes me super sad. So if somebody reaches out to you, number one, your time is super valuable and your expertise is super valuable. So you could say something as simple as, hey, thanks for reaching out. Here's a link to my coaching program, my consulting offer, a link to schedule a paid call. And I want to be very clear because I have felt on this way for so long. Like I felt like I was being an asshole. I felt like I was being rude. But the reality is that you are modeling boundaries that lift our fucking profession up, right? Not tear it down, okay? Because we are the first ones. Like I said, I really need to reiterate this. And I think this is why I go so batshit crazy with this particular phrase, because we are the first ones to go into the public Facebook pages and complain about the people that take advantage of us. Okay. And then in that same voice, we'll also complain about the business coaches that are charging top dollar for their services without really acknowledging the fact that these people have spent years in the trenches, dollars in the trenches, learning these skills. So that's my rant for today. I cannot believe it has taken me this many years to do this particular video because it is so top of mind. It is the one phrase that makes me go super duper unhinged. So if you're ready to stop giving away free brain picking and start getting paid your expertise, hit the subscribe button because we do videos. Amy P, the reimbursement dietitian, does videos just like this every single week. And like I said, the goal is not to make them about me. The goal of all of these is how do we elevate our field, right? How do we be part of the solution and not part of the problem? But I want to be crystal clear. I love nothing more than helping other dietitians and CNSs crush it. And I spend the majority of my time doing it for free, and I would have it no other way. So I do not want this to be about gatekeeping. I want this to be more about boundaries and intentions because as I see dietitians come up in the ladders, I see this happen with them. And this video is for them because they may not have the voice to tell you to fuck off or to send you a link to their coaching program. So, because our profession does not grow when we're basically drained, right? It only grows when we all get fucking paid. Okay. So I'm going to shut up today. So, like I said, I am Amy Plano. I am the reimbursement dietitian. I help dietitians and CNSs just like you scale, grow the shit out of their insurance-based practices. And I am here at all costs to protect the integrity of our field and be part of the solutions, not the problem. So I'll see you guys next week, probably on not such an unhinged, spicy topic, but equally as valuable.